Hey everyone. So, I'm obviously doing a video. What we're going to be doing is a little arts and crafts, but first, this is my friend's merch from his Twitch TV, Captain Panda TV. So yeah, adorps. So I'm going to show it off as much as I can because it is adorable. But I am Loki's Witch, and we're doing a quick arts and crafts corner. So what we're doing today is making a fairy garden box. The box is more of a traditional stand. I bought this little thing at Craft Warehouse for a couple of bucks. I pre-painted it already because paint takes a while to dry. I added in some glitter paint inside, which we'll be adding more of it so it can dry. We might not. I haven't decided. So, what you want to do is get your preference of color. They had black, white, brown. I chose white. Paint it how you want. I mean, like I said, I did silver, and if you look at the outer range, it's silver and gold blending into each other along with the sides. Because this thing will be sitting outside or in a little garden. The inside I used a iridescent paint with mixed the glitter into it, so it gave it the fun sheen. Meaning there are two different types of paint in here. It is iridescent white. Basically I just scooched it in there, painted. I didn't want to bother having to throw paint away, so I used a ton. The laughter in the background is Ben. She's laughing at the game she's doing. So, with that, it's pretty dry already. It allowed to dry overnight. So, what I'm adding to it. You can paint your message in. You can do whatever you want inside of it. I decided to go a different route because I mostly saw this. Yes, it's a Tinkerbell looking fairy. It says, "Garden fairy, come at dawn, bless the flowers, and then be gone." Why am I doing this is because it's going to be summertime and I'd rather have fairies tending to my gardens than them dying. I found this at Craft Warehouse. I'm pretty sure you can probably find things like this at Michael's or whatnot. When you're peeling it off, be careful because it'll come off like this. You don't want it to bend or get stuck on itself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it in the center of the box, or as centered as I can. Yeah, that's pretty centered for my dumb ass. You want to push it on. It may take a few minutes. Yeah, craft time. Let's pause real quick. So when you're doing it, you're going to want to push down on the design to make sure it stays down. You're doing it, so I've got to sit it down to do this part. Not on my. So it may take a little bit of time, and you want to make sure everything sticks down. So you want to do this part slowly. What might help to keep it stick down, and I don't know where that went, is to take a coin, a card, or something that you can use to put some pressure. We're just going to use this. Or just my fingernail. That seems to be working pretty well. I'm just pushing it down line by line to make sure. It takes some time if you're doing it this way. Other ways you can do it, you can buy stencils and paint in the stencil. Which I've done stencil stuff, and I mean, this is something I did with a stencil. So stencils are fun too. These are just fun little crafts and stuff that you can do around the house to just lighten up your house, your gardens, your altars. You can do a lot of fun things with that, and it's kind of inexpensive. I mean, the paint was probably the most expensive. The stencil thing that I'm using right now was only $3. The box was $4, and I had some of the paints already, all except the glitter paint. So in all, this is probably a $20 craft. But you see things like this on sale at places for a lot more on their own. I mean, I've seen people sell things like this for, there you go, for $30 or less, or lets you know what it takes to make it. So this is what it looks like now. But wait, there's going to be more. So if you notice, I did away with the headphones. This is going to be the part that's going to be a little bit harder, because I'll be using clear nail polish in lieu of glue. So I'm adding fairy lights. You can get these for decently cheap in certain places. I believe we got these from Wish, or whatnot. You can add the lights or not, it's up to you, but they're very bendable lights. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a place where you want to start them off. I'm gonna start off on the bottom of the box. I would show you, but I have to do multiple things. Take your nail polish. Like I said, clear would be better. Line the area. And why I'm choosing nail polish is because nail polish is removable, where super glue can be hard. Be prepared to get stuff on your hands. So if you want to use gloves, that might be a good idea. I'm going to do this by like... I might switch to super glue. This is going to be the hard part of it. Okay, so I took some time to strain out the lights a little bit more. I'm going to put them in. Give me one moment. So I'm cheaping out on using tape. You can use tape, you can use whatever you like. I'm just using this because it will also keep it in place better. All it is normal Scotch packing tape for gifts. So just normal desk tape. What I'm doing, and I wish I could angle my camera a little bit better. That works. You'll see the bottom half of it. I apologize that you are all seeing my Pokemon Go. because it is Community Day. Like that. Oops, with it being clear tape like this, it's easier to blend in with the siding and the fact that the, no, this isn't all the way down, but hey, the siding and the paint is already in it. And it shouldn't really mess with the, where's the trigger? The lighting aspect. No, it doesn't. Cool. Like I said, you can easily buy something like this already made, or you can do it yourself. I mean, I get more joy in doing things myself. Okay. It's a little propped up, but hey. At least with the tape, you have to put new ones in. It's easy to remove it. I mean, I used the same type of fairy lights in that reef I made at one point. Okay. Do that. Because obviously these lights have more to them. I'm going to be adding them more into the box a little bit. You want to be careful not to put any of the tape on the motif itself, because if you do have to remove the lights, you don't want to remove pieces of the words. So you might end up using smaller tear off of the tape if you want to say like lights going through like this. Ah. And beware of tape sticking to your finger. That's too big. Okay. You can also glue it on if you wanted. It's completely up to you. Do a little thing, so okay. Doing a little test. See how it looks so far. So far, fun. You notice I have a lot of a lot more lights to work with because this is a longer one. And because they are wired, I can use it to wrap around the box per se, which is kind of what I'm doing. I'm more doing it around the sides, and I will be using tape to keep it sturdy. Try not to get too much on the actual back. Sorry about the brief little pause. I had to get something. All I'm doing right now is just putting the lights around the edges of the box. Sometimes the tape may not want to hold it down, so you have to put a little extra. But again, it's Scotch tape, so it's see-through, and as long as it's not bent or weird looking, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. I had to sit the box down to do this bit. Sorry. My dog is also being a dork, so if he barks, I apologize. And he's being good again. So you want to keep a little bit not wired down. I'm going to loop it on the side a bit so that I can actually attach it to the back so that we have a stable place for it. You want to be careful with fairy lights because yes, they have small wires. Yes, they're bendable and whatnot. That means the wire can break. And so, I'm going to tape down the box so that it stays here. Well, one thing you want to make sure, some of them have these, you want to make sure that's pulled out before you tape it down. And there you have it. This is probably going to sit out in our fairy garden. The lights may not always be on, but it's a little tribute to the fairies. So, there's my light fairy box. On or off, it is adorable. You can make them too. Like I said, the material costs maybe about $20. You can choose the fairy lights if you like. You don't have to. I chose these ones because they were good and cheap. You can find the fairy lights from a range of 5 to Lord knows how much. Like I said, I got these ones off of Wish for cheap. You can also get some off of Amazon for decent as well. The back is just taped like that. You can decorate the pack if you want. You don't have to. You can easily paint the stuff onto. You can, if you get a stencil, or you can freehand it however you wish. But I chose, like I said, the press-on stencil. And again, it says, "Garden fairy, come at dawn. Bless the flowers, then be gone." So with that, I'm Loki's Witch, and this has been Craft Time.